We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning and welcome to Newsbreak for Monday, March 27th. I'm Derek Russell. First on today's show, we'll take a look at the Weather Underground forecast. Warmer temperatures loom with rain in the forecast for today. 60% chance of thunderstorms, a high of 77 and a low of 60. Your 3-day outlook: Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 77 and a low of 55. Wednesday, partly cloudy, high of 81 and a low of 62 with a 20% chance of rain. And Thursday, 90% chance of thunderstorms, a high of 73 and a low of 58. For more weather, visit djournal.com/weather. Our top stories for this Monday: just a few years ago, students may have brought textbooks home from school. Today, you're more likely to see them toting laptops and iPads provided by schools that have embraced one-to-one technology. One-to-one is a model for using technology in schools. It means each student has an electronic device such as a laptop, computer, or iPad to use for educational purposes. In many districts, students are issued a device they can take home to use for studying, homework, and projects outside of school. They return the device to the district at some point. The Tupelo Public School District began its one-to-one initiative in 2009. It now issues some form of technology to students in 3rd to 12th grades and will add 2nd graders in the fall. Meanwhile, New Albany and Boonville are among the districts that also have begun issuing computers or iPads to students. Tupelo High Principal Jason Harris said the devices have become part of the learning environment. Boonville Superintendent Todd English said they help better prepare students for future careers. The state budget agreement reached late on Saturday will force nearly every state agency to absorb cuts from the upcoming fiscal year. That comes on the top of the 4 rounds of cuts Governor Phil Bryant already has made for the current fiscal year. House Pro Tempore Greg Snowden of Meridian called the budget ugly, but said lawmakers are doing the best they can with available revenue. Final numbers were not available Saturday night for the $6 billion state budget, but legislative leaders conceded that most agencies would receive significant cuts. That includes a cut of about 1% to the Mississippi Adequate Education Program beyond the $18 million that were cut from the program this year. That leaves it about $233 million short of full funding. Universities, community colleges, public health, and mental health were among the programs that suffered sizable cuts. The full House and Senate will work this week to pass the budget agreed to on Saturday. A judge has levied sanctions against the attorney pressing a wrongful death lawsuit over the June 2016 shooting death of Antoine Ronnie Shumpert. Carlos Moore of Grenada represented the Shumpert family in the ongoing litigation. Shumpert was shot during an encounter with a Tupelo police officer that occurred after Shumpert fled a traffic stop. According to a ruling last week by U.S. Magistrate Judge David A. Sanders, Moore failed late last year to respond in a timely fashion to certain requests for information by attorneys defending the city of Tupelo. Those attorneys then filed several motions against Moore in January, including a compliance motion and a motion requesting sanctions. Sanders agreed and ordered that Moore pay the attorney's costs incurred in filing the motion. When reached by the Daily Journal last week, Moore acknowledged fault for the delay. He blamed stress caused by death threats he reportedly received over his ongoing litigation, seeking to remove a Confederate battle emblem from the Mississippi state flag. And in sports, the Mississippi State women's basketball team has reached the Final Four for the first time in the program history. The second-seeded Bulldogs defeated top-seeded Baylor in Oklahoma City on Sunday night. The Final Four will begin on Friday in Dallas. Up next, the Bulldogs likely will play number 1 UConn, which has won 110 straight games. Mississippi State has never advanced past the Sweet 16 before. This year they defeated Washington 75-64 in their Sweet 16 matchup on Friday. Thanks for watching Newsbreak on this Monday. Don't forget this show is one of the many online offerings that get you news off the page and on the go. We also have the Capitol View webcast today at 2 p.m. with Bobby Harrison. And each story discussed today on Newsbreak can be found in your daily journal or online at djournal.com, where you can find a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. I'm Derek Russell. Thanks for joining us.